Rise from the Ashes, the Great Depression Legacy. In the darkest economic storm in modern history, ordinary people discovered extraordinary strength. This is the story of how a nation's greatest trial became its most powerful teacher. Who? The heroes of hardship. The Great Depression touched every American, but history remembers the resilient spirits who refused to surrender. Franklin D. Roosevelt emerged as the leader who restored hope through his New Deal programs. Eleanor Roosevelt championed social justice and gave voice to the forgotten. Ordinary families like the Joads, immortalized in Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath, represented millions who migrated seeking opportunity. Business leaders like Henry Ford adapted their industries. Artists and writers, from Dorothea Lange capturing haunting photographs to Woody Guthrie singing songs of struggle, documented this era's human spirit. Most importantly, everyday Americans, farmers, factory workers, mothers, children, became the true heroes through their unwavering determination to survive and rebuild. What? The economic catastrophe that changed everything. The Great Depression was the deepest and longest-lasting economic downturn in modern Western history. Key devastating facts. Stock market crash, October 29, 1929. Black Tuesday. Stocks lost $14 billion in a single day. Unemployment rose from 3.2%, 1929, to 24.9%, 1933. Over 15 million Americans jobless, bank failures. Over 9,000 banks collapsed, wiping out life savings. Industrial production fell by 47% between 1929 to 1932. GDP decline. The economy shrank by 30% from peak to troughs. Homelessness. Millions lived in Hoovervilles, makeshift shantytowns. Yet from this devastation emerged transformative innovations: Social Security, unemployment insurance, banking regulations, and infrastructure projects that still benefit us today. When? The timeline of transformation, 1929 to 1941. 1929, the bubble bursts on October 24th, Black Thursday, and 29th, Black Tuesday. 1930 to 1932, the descent into despair. Unemployment skyrockets, businesses fail. 1933, Roosevelt's inauguration brings hope with the New Deal. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. 1933 to 1936, recovery programs launch. CCC, WPA, Social Security Act, 1937 to 1938. Brief recession tests renewed confidence, 1939 to 1941. World War II preparations finally end the Depression, where a nation transformed. The Depression reshaped America's geographic and social landscape. The Dust Bowl, Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, environmental disaster forced mass migration. California became destination for Okies seeking agricultural work. Industrial cities, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Chicago. Factory closures devastated communities. Rural America, farm foreclosures displaced millions. Washington, D.C. became center of expanded federal government role. Globally, the Depression spread to Europe, contributing to political instability that would lead to World War II. Why the perfect storm of economic failure? Multiple factors converged to create this catastrophe. Stock market speculation. Buying on margin created unsustainable bubble banking weakness. Unregulated banks made risky investments with depositors' money. Overproduction. Industrial capacity exceeded consumer demand. Income inequality. Wealth concentrated among the rich, limiting purchasing power. International trade. Decline. Tariffs and trade wars worsened global economic conditions. Agricultural struggles, overproduction and drought devastated farming. The inspirational legacy, why this matters today. The Great Depression teaches us that human resilience is unlimited. When everything seemed lost, people found ways to survive and eventually thrive. Community bonds strengthen in crisis. Neighbors helped neighbors, creating support networks that transcended social barriers. Innovation emerges from necessity. New Deal programs created lasting institutions, and infrastructure leadership matters. Roosevelt's confident communication restored faith in government and democracy. Economic policy has consequences. The lessons learned shaped modern economic policy and regulation. Modern relevance today's economic challenges, from the 2008 financial crisis to COVID-19's economic impact, echo Depression-era lessons. The social safety nets created then, Social Security, unemployment insurance, bank deposit insurance, still protect millions. The infrastructure projects, bridges, dams, roads, built during the New Deal continue serving communities. Most inspiringly, the Depression proved that America's greatest strength isn't its wealth or technology, it's the character of its people. When stripped of material security, Americans discovered their true power lay in determination, creativity, and mutual support. The motivational message. The Great Depression wasn't just about economic collapse, it was about human triumph over seemingly impossible odds.